Hello, this is Yaakov Kronenberg from Jerusalem, and tonight we'll be doing another class on Taurus ascendant with Venus in the different signs. And tonight we'll be doing Venus in Sagittarius. Venus in Sagittarius is a little bit more complicated than the other ascendants with other Taurus ascendants with Venus rising, because here Venus will be in a sign that's not so compatible with Taurus. Taurus is a very fixed, earthy sign, and Sagittarius is one of the most mutable signs, very changeable, and it's fire. And Sagittarius is connected with travel, religion, philosophy, higher things in life, and the Taurus is more connected with the objects and money and possessions and things like that. So they don't always go together in a great way. Venus falls in the 8th in a normal Sagittarius Taurus rising chart. Venus will fall in the 8th house, the house of death, the house of other people's money. It's a tricky house, right? It's so the first thing you'll see is that a person has, especially women. I always say this a lot. Men will have it too nowadays. That people have the ruler of the chart in the 8th house. They tend to go after people, or they tend to want to marry people who have a lot of money. Right? That's one of the indications, especially in a woman's chart. When you have the ruler of the ascendant in the 8th house, the 8th house is the house of the husband's money, and so it means that a lot of women who have that can be, what do you call? I forget the word they have in English. They what they call gold diggers. They're looking for somebody to set them up for life, and especially with that Taurus rising, right? The Taurus rising always wants financial security and comforts in life and possessions, and so you get a woman who'll have that Taurus rising, and with Venus in the 8th house, she's going to go after money, right? She's going to go after a husband who's wealthy, all things being considered. I don't think she's only going to marry him just because he has a lot of money and she really hates him and can't stand to look at him. But let's put it this way: if he didn't have a lot of money, she wouldn't look at him. If he has just he has a lot of money in itself, she wouldn't marry him. But if he has other things too, then she'll consider him. But a guy who doesn't have money, he doesn't have possessions, he's not going to come into to account at all. So yeah, I got one chart, for example, of a woman who married somebody who she was herself not a poor girl. Her name is Maria Shriver. And so she married somebody who was an extremely wealthy man from Austria, a bodybuilder, who made his fame as a bodybuilder and went on to become governor of California. Very successful man, and she married him, and I think just now that the relationship just broke up. He was cheating on her with. Had a kid out of wedlock, things like that. Which again, you see when you have it's not easy having the ruling planet in the 8th house. There's a lot of changes in life. When you have the ruling planet in the 8th house, or very strong 8th house, it means there's a lot of changes in life. Things don't always go the way you expect them. There's different kinds of upsets in life where the situation changes. And so she has that in her chart, and also she has again the Venus is very close in her chart. She has Venus actually very close to she has Saturn very close. She has Saturn sort of close to the Venus, which again, Saturn is the planet of sorrow, connected to the planet of love. It doesn't indicate a great success in the love life. But in any case, when you have Venus in a mutable, it's especially as Taurus is a fixed sign. Taurus doesn't like the change. So even with a Venus there, in a mutable, there won't be so much changing. But always if you have, say, a mutable ascendant like Gemini, and then you'll have Venus in Sagittarius, a mutable in the 7th house, there's a person who's going to like very, very lacking the stick-to-itiveness that you need for marriage. There'll be a person who's always, chasing love and chasing relationships, and it'll be very hard for him or her to stay in a relationship. And her chart is, because she has the Taurus, they were married 25 years. I think they went out together for about 8 years, and then were married for 25 years, and only now separating. But in any case, Venus in Sagittarius is in a fire sign, and they love adventure, and they love travel, and they love to do new things, they love excitement, and a lot of that goes against the Taurus nature, which is very the most conservative of all the ascendants. So there's always a discrepancy between how they get what they want and how they go about getting what they want, and it's a difficulty. And I thank everybody for listening, and I hope they enjoyed the class.